Well, this is the first time I'm sitting down, and it's the 25th of May. Anyway, so it's not much of a vlog. It's just maybe the tail end of May, but I will catch you up. My husband retired. I had some medical things that I had to take care of this month, and that kept me kind of not feeling the greatest and not wanting to film. So that was a big part of why I'm late getting this started. And it's nice having my husband around the house all the time, but trying to figure out a time where it's quiet for filming and, not bothering him and all that kind of stuff. And, he goes and mows the lawn, but then I got the lawnmower going, so we're not going to do that. So I'm quickly doing this before he goes out to mow the lawn, which is fine. And anyway, so that's another thing, is I'm just adjusting to that, which is all good. It's going to be great. But it's been a very busy month. Like I said, I had a little medical thing that went on earlier in the month. Nothing serious, but painful and a hassle, but it's better now. And then we had something very wonderful. Oh, my dog Mazda. She wasn't doing real well, but she is doing better. And she had a UTI, it turned out, and that was really making her, very uncomfortable and having lots of accidents, which that's improved a lot. But also because I think that she heard us decide that my daughter would be getting a new puppy, a German Shepherd puppy, who arrived in the middle of the month. And so we've been very busy with him the last couple of weeks, working on puppy training and all that kind of stuff. He was 7 weeks old when we got him, just over 7 weeks. So he was in his 8th week of life. And so now he's like 9 weeks old, I think now. And we've had him 2.5, almost 2 weeks. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a while. So, and he fits in wonderfully, and Mazda loves him. She corrects him a little bit. It's good. It's all good. So we've been super busy with that, and I will show you some pictures here of the puppy. You're kidding me.
I think Essie really likes the puppy.
I think she does too.
I haven't seen her this excited in a while.
And I haven't seen Mazda as engaged in a while.
You're like, it was starting to get lonely here.
And just sadness with sad things. Now we got something new. We have yokai. Right? Yokai? Yeah, I did that. then I was ordering lots of other things for sort of a connection to my writing project. So I'm going to go into detail with those things. Now I've been clearing out a few things, working on getting some, these are some things that I'm going to unveil in my, you'll have already seen, because I have sewing projects that are going to be connected to my writing, because I'm trying to immerse myself in the 18th century for a future book project. I haven't been working on the current project as much as I should. Thinking about it, but thinking how that 18th century is going to fit in. So I have been doing a lot of head work, some note taking, not too much of that, a lot of reading, a lot of looking at videos on the 18th century, which, you know, so that was a part of it. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in my writing vlog, or that you will have seen before you see this. And anyway, but I did get a lot of things for organization too, so I'm going to look at those, and I may not get to that during this vlog, but in June's vlog, hopefully I'll have pictures of that. I've been clearing out some old mail that we had hanging around that needed to be just rid of, and so I've been working with that, mostly junk mail, that sort of thing, and filing things that we needed to keep. I got kind of behind on that. I think I have a process now that'll help keep me more up to date so this doesn't happen again. I just hate going through mail. I hate to tell you that, but that's one of my pet peeves, because it's so much junk and very little, you know, and things I don't know what to do with, and do I keep it, do I not keep it, that sort of thing. You know, especially things when you go to the doctor and you get the insurance thing, and what do I, you know, I already know about it, I've already paid it, and yeah, what do I do with this? So how long do I keep it, and all that kind of stuff. If you have an idea of what you do with it, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, so that's something I've been working on, but I can't, for privacy's sake, show you that. Like I say, I've got lots of things, I've got things stacked in there that are fun too. So I've been, you know, doing a lot of research on costuming and that period of 18th century, also other periods too. And so watching a lot of videos, reading a lot of things, you know, that's what I've been doing. So I've been very busy as I was recuperating from a little medical condition I had, which wasn't serious, but painful. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, but I'm better, much better. I'm working on trying to get a diet together for myself, and a schedule, sleep schedule. My sleep machine, puppy accidentally tipped it over the other day, which I've done so many times in my bedroom, and I had it out here in the living room because I have trouble sleeping in bed with my machine, and I tip it over. And puppy got tangled in the cords that I thought I had tucked away, and I didn't have the hose out so you could get at it, and it was old hose. You know, I was in the process of getting, and I was thinking about putting it back in my bedroom, but did I do that on time? No. And so it went over, and now it's not working quite right. Well, not at all, I don't think. And so I've got to make a call and see what happens. Oh, I'm so upset about this one. Not at puppy, at myself, because I should have put it in the bedroom. Puppy can get in there too sometimes, so it's just, you know, he accidentally got in our bedroom today. My husband left the door open, and, you know, so maybe it would have gone on the floor today if I had had it there. So, you know, it was going to happen. It was going to happen. But I've been sleeping in my living room for almost 2 years in my lazy boy, and I really don't want to do that. I don't think that's all that good for my neck. Seems to help my neck sometimes. It's just going to always be a little variation on what I do. And when my daughter works at night, I've been sleeping in the living room where the puppy's crate is in the living room, and that helps calm him down. So we had a good night last night. We had a good night Saturday night. For some reason, Sunday night didn't go so well. And we don't know quite why, but maybe he just didn't feel very good. His ears were floppy, as you saw in some of those pictures, and then they peaked up on, I think it was the 23rd, they were both peaks. And, you know, maybe that's kind of itchy and uncomfortable, and he's just not feeling a little out of sorts and getting used to that balance or whatever is going on maybe with him. So, you know, he was a little bit more whiny and cryy and stuff like that on Saturday night, but last night he did very well. And we are still having accidents, but that's not on him. We're trying to figure that out. He likes to drink a lot of water because of where he's at in his growth development, I think. And also it warmed up and he was outside a little more. I don't know, because I don't know what really happened that he was drinking more yesterday. So trying to keep up with, you know, that kind of thing. It's been fun. But, you know, not anything we're not used to here. Especially after Mazda went through a UTI last month. So, and earlier, I think, was it earlier this month? I think it was just in April. Anyway, so, but she's doing well. She's an old dog, but we love her dearly. And, you know, we've got a new puppy here, my daughter's dog, and he's a bundle of energy. But he sleeps a lot too, so it's not, you know, it's a puppy. Anyway, so that's why this vlog is probably going to be a little weird, a little short, little, you know, not like a full picture of the month, but I think I've caught you up on what went on. And now I'm going to stop and have breakfast, and then I'll probably do some video for my book stuff later. So that's it for right now. I'm going to stop right now, and you'll see me hopefully in a different outfit and a different day, telling you about other things that happened along the way in May 2026. I finally did it. I have finished this awful project that I had down here, and I now have things that I can do for this vlog. And I just did a little add-on to my Minnetonka haul, which you're going to be seeing in the future. And I don't want to show you too much, but I just gave you a little heads up on that one. And what I am doing now is I will be working on getting together my stuff for getting this office cleaned out, but I will be going through, I will probably do a little bit more on my what's going on with my book writing thing for today a little later too. But one thing I'm doing right now is, I think that was something I need to put away in one of the boxes for filing. But anyway, my grandson, I found things from when my grandson was little, and he was 3 and he was in like a preschool type program. Isn't that cute little deer with his feet and handprints? So I'm going to save these things nicely in this box now that is empty, that used to have old mail in it. And it had some of these things in it I found too, but I want to create like a little collection of little keepsakes for my grandson. This is a little dinosaur he made, a little apple tree, one of his very first art projects in the preschool that he went to. He does a lot of things in his ABA therapy, which is like his preschool. And I think kindergarten is next year for him. So we held him back a year to give him more time to catch up, because things are a little different with an autistic child. I have tons of material that I did receive for projects that you're going to see me talk about in my writing vlog, because my sewing is going to connect to my writing, because I'm going to be doing historical fashion a bit to help me with understanding the periods that I hope to one day write about. Whoops. But the first book is kind of like from my own childhood and So I can be a historical reference for that, although it's not historical fiction. Only if you're under my age would it be historical fiction. Anyway, so I have tons of things that I've already set aside. Now, like this is something that I'm going to be donating. It has threads for a sewing machine if you wanted to embroider. And I'm probably never going to use these. I'm not going to do embroidery on my sewing machine. I do it by hand, and I don't think these would be good to use for hand. It's too small a thread. So I'm going to be sending these off. And maybe this little box too, because I don't need it. And so I have that. I have a few things to sort. And I have things to go through in this box. I have a whole bunch of scrapbooking to do. So I've got things set aside for that. I have a scrap box that I'm transferring to a nicer box, so I'm sorting through that. So you'll see some of that maybe on this video, maybe in a future video, which I'm making an announcement. I'm not going to do vlogs nor writing updates all summer. You'll see something in June, and then you'll start seeing them in October, I think. That's my plan for right now, but the fall part I'm not really sure about. I will assure you that I'm going to be writing and doing all that kind of stuff, and maybe I'll do a live here and there and update you that way. But I'll maybe do some small clips and do some kind of montage for that October vlog that will catch you up. But I find with my husband home, we're doing lots of deep cleaning in our house and sorting and the new puppy and all the things that are going on. I just don't have the time I used to have to film, and more importantly, I don't have the desire to do that. And, I couldn't film going through my personal papers and my family's personal papers, which is what I was doing the last few months. So it kind of made me realize that, and I didn't want to, stop that and go on to something else, even though I did do more sorting around here than it really necessarily looks like. But right now I'm sort of walled in by all of my projects, which I want it to be more breathable, more friendly, more tidy, and just neat, and some things totally out of here. So unfortunately it's going to go like an amoeba into another room, some of it. Hopefully by the end of summer maybe I can show you some progress, maybe not. It just depends on what I do, what happens, because I don't know what's ahead. I just know I'm taking a step back, but that doesn't mean you won't see content, because I have so much content ahead that I have enough to probably put up all summer and then some. So I am not at all worried that you will not have something to see at least through August and maybe some of September. So it's all good. And, maybe I won't upload every week either. Maybe I'm going to go to every 2 weeks. I don't know. But I am changing to Friday uploads for right now. The Wednesdays weren't working out for some reason. So I'm going to do Friday uploads. I think that will fit better for me. I'm hoping to have more deep content once I do start up, so I won't be having so many hauls. So I hope that doesn't disappoint you too much. Doesn't mean I never will have, show you some of the things I found, but that's just not what my channel is going to be like now. I'm just changing in what I need and what I want and, all that. Although I'm finding that some of my clothing is a little bit large, so I already ordered a little smaller tops from J. Jill, so it is possible that I might actually have a leather haul somewhere in there. Possibly, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna haul those things. I maybe just will talk about them. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see where I'm at. I'm hoping to be more active now that my husband is home all the time. And also my eating is a little bit more nutritious because my husband likes nutrition. And he's not a heavy guy. So, maybe I'm actually eating better, and that might be why I'm starting to lose weight. I hope so, because I'd love to have his metabolism. But yeah, he's a thin man, not as thin as when I married him, but he's fit, very fit for 65. So I want to be like him when I grow up. I'm a little older than he is, just 19 months. So anyway. That's what's going on, and I'm going to cut this little chit chat because I've already gone on 10 minutes, and yeah, I think I want to show you things I'm doing and have it a little more